lost on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of this fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight,
right, folks, welcome. We're here tonight, Hometown Heroes. That's right, Flatline.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. Just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me.
All right, folks, now we're back. Sorry about that. As soon as, man, we started on the heat race, guess what? Power decides it's just going to go boom. I've always talked about it. This is Mother Nature, fire outages, the internet outage, computer problems. But we're in warm-up. Normally we would watch the Lucy Olson thing, but we're too late on that one, so we'll sit here and talk. And good thing Corey's up here because he saw who won. Who won, Corey?
Well, Gavin Chatham ended up winning heat race number 1 from the 6th starting spot, and then Blake Chapman won heat number 2. He started P2 in that one, so both outside and inside lines are set up.
Awesome. Well, now I can say we're back here at Flatline Racing Bodies, Hometown Heroes. These are the 305 wing sprints here tonight. These guys, man, are going to put on a pretty good show for us as we'll get going here pretty soon, so about 30 more seconds to get all your refreshments in. These guys running the track, warm up. We'll go to the feature here for the 305s. Then we're going to push it over to the 360s. Eldora here tonight, though, the big track.
Absolutely, the big half mile in Rossburg, Ohio. And one of the more iconic Tony Stewart owned. Used to be Earl Balta's home.
Be what now?
It's the place that Earl Baltus built.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Only did.
Nah, Tony just bought it.
I got it. All right, a few seconds left here. Over here, get our catalytic recovery starting line up here tonight for the 305 wing sprints. Let's look at it real quick. Out front, Gavin Chatham going to be the man out front. Blake Chapman going to start there in second. Isaac Sellis going to start third. Jeff Flero fourth. Joseph Moosey going to be there in fifth. Stephen Baker is going to start. Bixler, going to start in sixth. Gary Taylor there in seventh. Jacob Moose stepping in eighth place. Jeffrey Barker is going to be in ninth. Anthony Moreno, he's going to be starting 10th. We got Kurt Schatzer there in 11th. Mike Kramer starting 12th. Daniel Vault starting 13th. Colin Johnson 14th. Joseph Grandy 15th. And John Rayner rounding out to 16th place. Good looking field here tonight. Eldora style with these 305s. And we're getting down here close to championships, you know, putting those points on the line. So it's we only got a couple more weeks left.
Yes, we do. We got tonight, and then we have 2 more after tonight. So if you're in the points hunt, you don't have a whole lot of time to make it up, and I'm gonna pull up our point standings here and take a look at who's leading here in the 305s, and it looks like Jeffrey Barker is your points leader coming in tonight. So Barker, your points leader in the 305 division. He's gonna roll off in 9th. There we go. Pace truck going in.
Yeah, Steve Chapman. Excuse me, Steve King Chapman. Steve King Foundation. I'm gonna get that thing out in a minute. Chatham out front. Chapman right there second. I got them all confused. Green flag. I got tongue tied already. They're 3 wide here at Eldora. Sometimes they get 5 wide, Corey.
Yeah, sometimes they do indeed. They are currently about single file up front for first side by side is actually between, is that 2 mooses right there? It is. Close.
I like what Eddie said last night. He put his antlers in some wrong places. We'll see what happens tonight. If they run up in there, man, and kapow somebody with them. Jeff Flero hanging on the 3rd. Right now, Blake Chapman sees if we can't get up to the lead. Meanwhile, heavy battling going on back here, about 10th, 11th place spots. You got Schatzer, Barker, and company right in front of them. You got a couple side by side of Gary Taylor. He's a salty dog, man. With Bixler and company, they're on the top side. So it's a multi-groove style track, but for the most part, it usually goes top side heavy later on. Right now, they're utilizing that bottom lane.
Well, it really depends on how much they were able to get it rubbered in during their practice and warm-ups. And really, this track
right now,
it really isn't rubbered in.
I'm talking about at the bottom down there at the straightaway. Kind of looks black.
Okay, that's water, Joe.
Oh, okay, no. It looks like it used to. The black was rubber. Yeah. Caution! Hamlin Motorsports calls. Let's go to Malcolm Mills replay. See what happens. John Rayner involved. Coach Grandy involved. They're back there tagging each other. You can't do that too much on these cars, and they're gonna pay the price.
Now who's it?
What?
Who's it? In the game tag right there.
Oh well.
That make Joseph it?
I guess that would be, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do too much tagging. Placement of tag and bagging. All right. Well, the one thing we've seen with these 305s, through this past season and whatnot, with how much these cars now you're able to fly job and make passes with them. You know, before it was almost like they almost look real, one, hard to pass, 2, almost like they're driving on asphalt. I mean, really couldn't slide them too much, and now it's a whole different ball game with the tire model and the track and all it is.
Yeah, the track conditions have really been a different factor across the entire board, and every track now feels like it drives way differently. You know, I was doing all the testing. I know this thing relative to a sprint car, but a truck around here never could run on the bottom, and I tried it, and it can easily run competitive lap times to what you can at the top. If that's the case, that means these sprint cars definitely have done a lot of changing too.
Absolutely. Here we go. Gavin Chatham out front. You got Chapman right there behind him. Moose man there, Jacob Flero, and then Joseph Moose, top 5. Base trucks in, green flag, back at it here at Eldora. But look at Chatham, he gets the good jump out front, that's what he wants. Meanwhile, they're 2 and 3 wide behind him.
Battle is on there for your top 3. The Moose, Jacob Moose on the high side. You have Flero on the bottom in the blue car.
Running here, man. Isaac Sellis back here in 5th place. He's got a good headshot view there in front of him. Flero and Jacob battling out. Meanwhile, Chatham, he's trying to see if he can't run down old Chatham.
Chapman trying to run down Chatham. Yeah, there's 2. There's two very similar names.
We got them tangling up in the back. Are you kidding? They kept that one going. What?
We may have a couple cars hooked together. No caution yet.
They got apart. Let's go back and watch it again. I was watching it kind of back there. Colin Johnson got involved. Steve Bixler was involved. Yeah, they were hooked up in front of them. Tore some wings off. Colin Johnson was hooked up, and I'm watching the replay, and I am surprised that there was no caution there. Wow.
There's our caution.
Not sure now we get the caution, but back and watch it. I don't know why we get the caution. Well, Steven Bixler low on the track and then just run over. As slow as he's running on the track, and that was almost disastrous for the leaders.
Yeah, the leaders had to split the two cars that were involved in that wreck in turn 4, and
I got
Taylor
say,
getting in the back of Bixler right here.
You got to say sometimes, race control. Sometimes got to be like, you can pull it over and take it off the track at some point. I know in real racing, but they let a car do that. I'm serious. It's a legitimate question. Would they let a slow car be like? What would they do in real racing? They'd probably throw the caution.
Would have thrown the caution in the initial, but yes, they would not really allow a car to be dead center of the track like that slow.
Surprised that caution didn't fly to begin with, because the other two, they were hooked together, and sometimes iRacing I think falls asleep. Flag man for iRacing falls asleep.
Yeah, very shocking that was not a yellow, considering how they both were hooked onto each other and stopped. Yes. And they were almost stopped there until the leaders got around. Luckily, they did get going, so probably a little bit less damage that occurred with the situation we did have there. But here we go. We're about to go green.
Go here. Green. Gavin Chatham. Out front with Blake Chapman right behind him. He gets a good jump. Here comes Jacob moves to the outside. He's going to try it. He's bringing Flero with him. Grandy's going to try it also. He gets tagged in the back.
Grandy in the other purple car. Definitely a different paint scheme for him this week.
It was some good racing, man. Hard charging right now. That middle pack, about 4th, 5th, 6th place spots. You got Grandy, Moose, Flero, Salas and company. Who's going to get it? Because one goes around them, the next one goes around them, and it's like a seesaw battle.
Yes, they are. They're swapping sliders between the three of them right here, all for the top 3. Grandy trying to have that hard charger. He's up 12 spots where he's running the contact. Oh my, and we got contact behind him as well. There's another caution on the track.
Oh, dead moose on the track. Jacob, gonna Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to him. They were popping each other on the track. Oh, got into each other right there. Good save. Then he just got slammed in the back. Boom! We got a dog in the wall, a moose on the track. Woo! It's a zoo out there. Like animals?
Yes.
Like we got some. Awesome running tonight. Hometown heroes. Been fun so far. Roger Craig at Knoxville National's over with. He should be at home.
That's what I'm saying. Taylor's out here running.
Yeah. Look, Craig. Look, all right, I get it. Craig is old. Sometimes you have to, rest after a long, long trip. Is that what it is, Craig? Roger's going to be like, shut up, Joe. All right, Gavin Chatham out front in this one. Blake Chapman there in second. Grandy hanging on the third. Just some wild racing so far. We should have about 6 to go when we get done here. What's up, Mike out there? How you doing, man? Had a little power outage earlier on here, and kind of a wild one. Okay.
All right.
Who you got?
Last pace lap. Whichever car don't wreck.
Chatham's done pretty good, man, holding on Chapman. No, Blake, he's fast.
Yes, we do. He's just waiting for that moment to pounce. Maybe he needs to throw some popcorn out, like kind of like the banana in Mario Kart.
Gourmet, green flag, flag racing. Down heroes here tonight. Well, Chatham gets that good jump though, man, on Chapman. And meanwhile, Grandy's going to sit here, see if he can harass him for a while. He wants that second place spot. He's going to the high side for the moment. Did this track perfectly. Look at that, two purple people eaters up front.
And Grandy to the bottom, he almost thought about the slider, didn't do it there. He's got to try to build up the momentum once again over the popcorn man, Blake Chapman. Grandy versus Chapman for a second spot. Here we go. There's the slider. Grandy with the slider. Chapman with the crossback.
Absolutely, man. Chapman, man, right now holding them all to charge of Grandy. Grandy was trying those slide jobs on the inside. Meanwhile, behind him, Jacob Moose. He's there. Jeff Flero's trying to see if he can't get forward place spot around. Moreno is here. He's got Cranmer, man, sneaking up on his back tail cushion. Then if he can't move around on the inside of him, Chatham out front right now as he looks on the white flag one more time. He says, Chapman, I got this thing under control. 2 more turns. It's going to be home sailing for that man. Gavin Chatham's going to bring it home here tonight for the 305s. Chapman second, Grandy up in third. What a finish.
Yeah, good job by everybody here. And Joseph Grandy with that hard charger, 12 spots.
Yeah. Chapman. The other one's gets up. I'll just bring Blake Chapman. Let's get.
Hey Blake, you got a copy on me?
Yep, I got you.
Well, man, you started second. You get second here. Just talk us through what you could have done differently.
Not much. This track was just really, really bad. It was basically running on an asphalt track, just one lane around. That's what it felt like anyway. It felt pretty quick though. Just didn't have enough laps to make a move on Gavin there because cautions kept coming out. But yeah, it's just kind of disappointed there with how the racing was. But congrats to Gavin. He didn't screw up and allow me to get underneath him or anything. So just hopefully it's not the same way in the 360s and 410s.
Oh man, you got second place either way. You got anybody to like thank you?
Yeah, my parents and grandparents for watching and supporting all the boys down at the Kreitzim racing team and the Can-Am racing team. I got to give a shout out to Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. Lots of guys are heading over there and using code CART, that's CART at checkout, 15% off their delicious popcorn. Like I said, lots of guys from the league are heading over there and getting their delicious popcorn. And I got to thank you guys for putting this broadcast on.
There you have, folks. Your second place driver, Blake Chapman.
All right, well, let's bring up Gavin up here. Let's get a word.
Hey, Gavin, you get a copy on me?
I hear you guys.
Well, man, you started pole, you finished where you started. Just talk us through that race, how you're able to get it done.
You know what? It was huge what we did in the heat race. We went from 6th to 1st in the heat race, and when you can and do that and start on the pole for the feature, and then we got a good start in the feature and were able to clear Blake. And obviously he's so good right now. He's pretty quick. So I knew he was gonna be coming and charging, and he'd be fast, and it was hard to hold him off, and he's a good racer and he knows what to do. But it was easy for us. Well, it wasn't easy, but when you're up front, it makes it a little bit easier. You can control the restarts, control the race a little bit more. I was just hoping with a couple laps to go there I wasn't going to get any caution, and it worked out well for us, and we had luck on our side, and we pulled away with the win.
Absolutely, good job by you. You got anybody like thanking here tonight?
I just want to thank you guys for doing an awesome job with the broadcast, Coast2Coast Racing for putting on an awesome league and having fun, and letting us go out here and have fun. I want to thank Miller Time Motorsports, Chatham Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Designs, Velocity Race Designs, and Northeastern Outlaw Motorsports. I want to thank all the sponsors. Just want to thank the fans for coming out and watching. I know there's people who come out and watch these races, and I hope we put on a great show for you guys. We've got 2 more to do it, so hopefully it just keeps getting better, and I just want to thank my fans as well for coming out and supporting.
There you have, folks. Your race winner, Gavin Chatham.
Double sprint third place man. Joseph, Joy in the booth. Got a copy?
How you doing?
Well, you was able to almost try to get around Chapman up there. Was there anything else you could have maybe pushed that subject and got around him?
Not really. Everyone was, the track the way it was, everybody was kind of going the same speed. I had to come all the way from the back too, so that didn't help. But yeah, third, I'm happy.
No doubt, coming out here third tonight, 305. You got anybody you want to thank for a good finish?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Catalytic Recovery, West Antonio Repair, all the guys over at Fernal Motorsports, M9 Setups. Appreciate you guys for doing the broadcast, Coast to Coast, and all their sponsors, and my girlfriend Olivia.
There you go, man. Man coming home in third tonight, Joseph Granduel. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Got 360 wing sprints coming up next. All right, here we go, folks. 360 wing sprint time here. Hometown heroes. Flatline Racing Bodies here tonight. We had a good race. See if we can't get the heat races in on this one. Power going out. Cross my fingers. Grid them up. Flatline Racing Bodies, heat race number 1. Patrick Spangler out front. Oh, he got a good peel draw. Jacob Moose could have started second. Kevin Fry third. Gary Taylor there in fourth. Mike Kramer fifth. And Jeffrey Barker starting sixth. Forget about it. Everybody go home. Spangler done won.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Corey said, I said, do you think everybody's in the server? He said, well, Patrick's in here. And I said, oh, well, okay. Well, just, yeah, Spangler's in here. I guess everybody else just forget about showing up, huh?
Well, we're missing Roger Craig, but the theory behind him is he's got the jet lag from his little trip. Roger, if you're out there listening, chime in on the comments.
Roger, let us know. I know you're listening. I know he listens.
You know he does.
Got to. Steve King Foundation Pace Trucks in. Here we go. Spangler Moose out front. 360 wing sprints. I got a little bit more oomph underneath the hood of these. Kevin Fry, company on Gary Taylor. He got that dog sideways. He's waggling his tail. Meanwhile, up front, Jacob Moose says, I don't care about Patrick Spangler. He might be bad fast, but I'm faster. He got a speed moose out here tonight.
Yes, he does. The Moose, Jacob Moose, holding him off right now. Here comes Patrick Spangler.
Look at
Oh,
that!
puts the driver, Tim. Your top three.
And Fry pays the price, and Spangler goes. What kind of move was that? Jacob able to hang on. Barker says, wow. Cranmer's going, I don't know what happened, but I'll take it.
Well, Jeffrey Barker going to inherit up the second spot. 2 laps to go here.
Wow, talk about a turn of events. You had the perfect peel draw, Patrick. And blew it.
Wow, I thought we were about to lose all your top 3 in that one little incident there. Here we go.
Yeah, Jacob was able to get out of there.
Yeah.
Almost got tangled up in it. Barker's still hanging on third. Kevin Fry's going to take over third. Barker's going to take second. Kramer's going to fall back. White flag one more time. This is a heck of a heat race here.
Yes, it is. Moose, no mistake, out of turn number 4. He'll pick up heat race number 1 win. Woo. Barker second, Fry third, Kramer fourth, and
Patrick he got shy when we was talking about it. We got heat race 2, Langdon Mechanical heat race 2 here. Let's look at the grid real quick. Brandon Dittmer going to be out front. Daniel Vault there in second. Blake Chapman up in third. Jeff Flair starting fourth. Kurt Shatner fifth. Anthony Morano starting in sixth. Number 2 is about to be underway here tonight. Flatline Racing Bodies, hometown heroes. Pretty good, energetic night so far.
Yeah, it has. With your power going out and coming back for a 3
I'm so excited, man. The power said, man. I'm going out.
We're waiting on Flair to click on the race button. Dittmer with the Toyota sprint car. They're kind of newer to the sprint car scene, the Toyota.
Toyota?
Uh-huh. TRD
Toyota's
engine. Yeah, they got TRD engines out there now, just
Toyota's
slowly.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they'd be running a lot of Hemis or something.
No, it used to be dominated by Fords and Chevy engines, but Toyota's slowly kind of making a scene in.
What motor would Toyota have out
I don't know, man.
here? A 4-cylinder turbo out here or something?
No.
I mean, they don't make a big block.
I don't know what they're running.
Wait, look that one up. Pace trucks in. Dittmer and company up front. Green flag. We're racing here. Heat race 2. Dittmer gets to start out front down the bottom. Chapman says, well, I want to see if I can regain and see if I can't get up front. Moreno right there behind him. He's holding on to third place. Vaught's falling back to the 4th. Jats are up in the 5th. Chapman have anything to get up here to Dittmer. He's going to the high side on him.
The popcorn man trying to pop his way around Brandon Dittmer on the inside. He pulls the slider Dittmer with the brake check so he can try to do the crossover, and it's gonna occur, maybe not quite.
Wow, he held on to it.
Yeah, he did.
Right now, Chapman out front. A good slide job maneuver. Big battle back here, fourth and fifth. Schatzer, Vaught. Those two guys are going at it side by side. Dittmer says he's going to fall back. Moreno's going to hang on to it back here. A big yellow machine back there that Vaught's got on the side. The van. What that means, but it's a van.
With 5 stars.
5-star van. White flag for Chapman. Dittmer. Moreno. Oh, Moreno's under pressure. Schatzer says I want third. Out of 4, he's going to get it. Maybe. Yes, he does. Yes. He drag raced him to the line. That was a good run. Woo. Heat race 3. Right. Top-notch truck in heat race 3. Joseph Grandy out front. Joseph Moose going to start second. Stephen Bixel there in third. Bob DeGood starting fourth. Gavin Chapman is going to be in the 5th place spot.
It's Chatham. You'll figure it out.
I always say Chatham.
It's Chatham.
I like Chatham's. Ham to Chat. My ham ever started chatting, man. I ain't even. I'm just saying, folks.
Roger, save me.
All right, we got Inferno up front. Nice paint job. Andy. Yeah, muscle moose on Joseph.
Green flag, green
On
flag.
his car. Green flag. We're racing. Heat race number 3 here. Now out front, Grandy gets the jump. Here comes Bob DeGood. Gonna look good as he's gonna try to slide down the inside.
Oh, DeGood trying to make good work over Joseph Moose on the inside. Here we go. I thought about throwing the slider, just wasn't able to get enough momentum there. Maybe down here in 3. Oh, he pressures the Moose up top. Okay.
Here, the Moose out of the way on that one. Good says, get out the way, I'm coming through, and he did. Here comes Bixler. Chatham, man, right here battling it out for 3rd and 4th. Meanwhile, Joseph says, I got to get back up front. I got a little bit of time, but I'm running out.
Yes, he's got to make up ground here. If he finishes in 5th, he'll be starting in the 15th spot in the feature. That'll be a long track all the way to the front. The Mayor currently in front of the Moose. Chatham in front of the Mayor. The Good in front of Chatham, and your race leader, Joseph Grandy. He's going to be seeing the white flag once he comes out of turn number 4 here.
And Bobby Good sitting there in second, looking strong. Chatham hanging on. Who won the 305s earlier. He's back there in 3rd. Everybody just kind of single file, wading through here. White flag, one more time, 2 more turns. Grandy's going to put it victory lane. Battle for second. The Good's coming out of 4. He's going to push it. He takes second from Chatham. Hangs on to it. What a race. Good one there for our heat race. Hey, the warm up, folks. We'll be right back here in just a few.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, here we go. Feature time here tonight, 360 wing sprints. Check out our catalytic recovery. Starting line up here, we got Jacob Moose going to be out front. Blake Chapman starting in second. Joseph Grandy there in fourth. Jeffrey Barker starting fourth. Joseph Grandy in third, my bad. Brandon Dittmer, he's starting in fifth. Bob DeGood in sixth. Kevin Fry, seventh. Kurt Shatner there in eighth. Gavin Chapman, he's starting in, Chatham, starting in ninth. Mike Cranmer in 10th. Anthony Morano starting in 11th. Stephen Bixler in 12th. Patrick Spangler back in 13th. Daniel Vault 14th. Joseph Moose 15th. Gary Taylor 16th. And Jeff Flair there in the 17th place spot. So the man that's going to have his work cut out for him here is Patrick Spangler. He had the pill draw he's been waiting for all season long. And then went down there and Leroy Jenkins that thing in the middle of the turn and got caught up in a mess on this heat race.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to come all the way from the back here. Gonna be a tall order.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Hometown Heroes here. Check out CTRL.com. The Coast to Coast Racing League. We've got 2 weeks left here with Crown Champ in 2 weeks. After Crown Champ and about a 1 week after tonight. Should be good in all series. Should be championship up soon. Been a good one. Appreciate y'all, man, letting old man Corey get up here, yap at y'all for a little bit on the Hometown Heroes. Hope y'all enjoy it. Let's hear who your favorite driver is out there. Who you pulling for? Maybe who you're not pulling for. Who you pulling for?
I do not play favoritisms, Joe. I'm pulling for Roger Craig.
Yeah, I know Craig ain't out here. We normally pull for him.
I know. Man.
Our ringer ain't out here. All right, Steve King Foundation Pace Truck front. Jacob Moose out front in this one. Blake Chapman starting there behind him. Eldora here tonight for the Hometown Heroes. Pace trucks in. Green flag's about to be in the air. We're racing here at Eldora dirt style.
Look at this, already still side by side for the race lead. Chapman on the high side. That's going to be the advantages, the line in these 360 sprint cars. And you know, Joe, this track has not been taking up rubber tonight at all. Gotta wonder what the weather is. I mean, it is 73 track temp and 76 air temp, so definitely able to hold the moisture in a lot better than if it were a little bit warmer.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, Patrick Spangler's down there on that catfish line, and he is fishing his way to the front. He is already up 3 spots into the ninth, up 4 right here, so he's trying to see what he can grab. Meanwhile, up front, Blake Chapman's taking over the lead. Grandy's falling into second. Big battle happening for third and fourth. You got Jacob Moose Barker. They're going door to door. One's going to throw a slide job. The other one's going to stick up high. Behind him is Chatzer, and Chatham, Fry and Company. Everybody trying to get what they can get.
Absolutely. Here comes Barker on the inside of Moose. I got a little sideways. It's going to relinquish him back to the hands of Kurt Schatzer.
It is. Chatham right here. Looking, got a front row seat to that battle in front of him of Schatzer and Barker. As those two guys go at it, riding on top there with him. They'll go side by side. So Schatzer's going to go down to the inside of him. And the outside's going to be Chatham. He's going to take that spot away. Right behind him, here comes Kevin Fry. He's going to throw the slide job down to the inside. He's going to make that pass work 3 wide in front.
Look at that, Schatzer with the advantage on the 3 wide. He's able to get the slider, but Chatham with the high side momentum. Thought about squeezing it between him and the wall. Now he's going to do up by the wall. Look at the cars around.
Yeah, caution. Go to Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened. Hamlin, of course, caution here. Dittmer involved in this one. They got tied up a little bit. Oh, he kind of lost it. And behind him, then went into it. He did a barrel roll. One lost a wing. It was a mess. These boys are getting it done.
Yes, they are indeed.
Chapman, Grandy and Company. Cats are there with him. Chatham. Ah. Solid running, man. Solid race here, too. We got the 410 wing sprints coming up after this.
And not to mention, we got the Xfinity cars. They are going over to the Indianapolis Oval. Almost a road course, but they're going to the Oval. I think we go road racing next week, Joe.
Oh, we do?
I'm looking right now. Hold on. We'll have a confirmation. I mean, it says Watkins Glen next week, but...
Well, that's well, I mean, there's only one configuration or two for Watkins Glen, one with the boot, one without.
The last time I seen a road course on a schedule for Chicago street course, they changed it.
Oh, okay. Well, Watkins Glen, though, is not bad. That's actually a pretty good road course. To me, if any road course NASCAR needs to run on, it should just be Watkins. All the other ones, but you know, I did watch some highlights of this, just not to get so far off subject, but I did watch the highlights of some of that race they did. The cars were pretty stable, which they were built for. Here we go, green flag. Boy, Chatham gets a jump out front. Schatz is there with him. Grandy's along with it. Meanwhile, they're too wide, stacked up all the way back in the middle of the field. Oh, car hard in the wall. That was the good. Nope. Mike Cranmer. Now he looks like a wingless sprint out there. He smacked that wall hard. Let's go back and look. Malcolm Mills replay. Right here on the start. Actually on the inside here. Pick up a little bit. The high side. Back up 3 wall. Him and the dog got together. Went into the wall hard. Didn't lose no wheels.
You love the floppy wheels, don't you, Joe?
I know, man. Reminds me of speed buggy. Blake Chapman right now out front doing good.
And I love seeing them run side by side like they've been doing here in the 360s. Hopefully the 410s can produce just about as good racing. We only have tonight here at Eldora, and then next week we go to Lima Land for the last time, and the week after that we go to Eldora one last time, and then whatever Roger decides. I'm still putting out the vote that we do a Pennsylvania Hometown Heroes. That would include Lernerville, Lincoln, and Williams Grove. And Port Royal. Port Royal is in Pennsylvania, so technically 4 tracks.
Huh.
I mean, we did the Ohio Hometown Hero. We got to do Pennsylvania. There we go. Green flag back out.
Yeah, it is, man. Chatham gets a jump out with Grandy there. Meanwhile, it's all Chatham, Moose, Shatzer and company back here side by side. One's low, one's up top. Oh, they're contact in the back. Moreno's around. He's in the wall. He got pile drive from behind. Gambling Motorsports caution out here in the Malcolm Mills replay. We'll see what happened, but watch some of that happen live. He got drilled in the back end coming into the turn. Still a little give and take sometimes. What happened there? Head machine up top. Not sure it is. Oh yeah, he got into the green machine and then Moreno paid the price. There, just collision.
Carnage.
It is. Wow. And Brandon Dittmer crashing on caution. It takes talent. Chatham, the man in control of this one here for the 360 wing sprints. Hometown
Chatham.
heroes here tonight. Yeah. Yeah.
You said Chatham.
Yeah, well, Chatham in third. Get them all confused, folks. Or he stays confused.
No, I do stay confused. You confuse me sometimes. So we should be single file. We are indeed, because we are under the 10 to go, and we are on the third yellow anyway, so. Gonna be single file. Should be advantages for Blake Chapman, the popcorn man.
Absolutely.
I do believe they hand-delivered some popcorn to some of the Coast-to-Coast guys when they were on their trip to the Knoxville Nationals. Here we go.
They also got to see the Steve King Foundation. That was awesome. Chapman out front, man. Grandy's there in second. He's getting, man, with Chatham behind him. Here comes Chatham to the inside. Going to throw a slide job on him. Is it going to hook and stay? Right now it does. Here comes Grandy back to the inside. He says, that looked good. Mine looks better.
Yeah, Grandy trying to prevent the reverse rolls from the 305 race. Remember, Chatham won the 305s. Chapman got a second. Now Chatham running second to Chapman in a 360. So definitely good battle right now. Grandy trying his hardest to get around, but just
our top three last time.
Quite happening yet. Yeah, it wasn't Grandy. Yeah, it was top three.
Yeah. Meanwhile, though, Jacob's back here is going, all right, well, you two just guys get in each other and I'll be all right. Got Schatzer, man, right here back into the 5th place spot. Kevin Fry, Vault Company. So it's hot and heavy, though, for that 2nd place spot. Chatham and Grandy, those two guys are going at each other.
3 to go this time by for your race leader.
Chatham, Grandy, Jacob, top 4. Schatzer hanging on to 5th.
Chatham starting to pull away from 3rd place Joseph Grandy right now. Unless Chatham makes a mistake, I don't know if it's going to be anything for Grandy to catch up.
Now, Chapman right now takes the white flag one more time. Chatham's hanging on to 2nd. Grandy's going to have to really push the nitrous button on that thing if he wants to get it done. 2 more turns. It's going to be Chapman, Chatham, and Grandy. Your top 3 here tonight for the 360 wing sprint. What a finish. Same guys.
Same 3 guys. We just reversed the 1st and 2nd.
yeah, we did, didn't we?
Well, Joe, why don't you get a word in with our race winner?
All right, the old Blake. Blake, join the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you, Joe.
Well, flip the script this time. He was in 2nd last time on the 305s. He won this one here in the 360s. How was that car?
Yeah, this track felt a lot different than it did in the 305s. It felt like a lot wetter. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I felt good. I was happy to get out to the lead right away and just kind of float around running that slider line most of the time. I could feel it was kind of going away in 1 and 2, so I moved up high, and that's where the grip was. It's probably a good thing I found that. I'm sure I had some fast guys behind me. I'm sure they found it too. And yeah, just had to try and move around as much as possible, but try not to give up any time. So that was the key there, and glad I could hold on for the win.
Absolutely, put it in victory lane. Got anybody you want to thank for a good one?
Yeah, I got to thank my family for watching and supporting. The guys at the Krite Sim Racing Team and the Can-Am Racing Team. You guys are putting this broadcast on. Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. You can head over to their website and use code CART at checkout for 15% off some of their very delicious popcorn. And yep, that's it. See you guys in the 410s.
Yo, winner tonight, old Blake Chapman. Bring up the man here, Chatham. I pulled it up. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Gavin, you get a copy on me?
I hear you guys.
Well, reversal of the roles there. You got 1st in the 305s, but 2nd here in the 360s. Talk us through how you able to get that done.
Yeah, we just were able to pick our way up through there. I really wish I would have got 2nd in that heat race and passed Bob. That definitely would have helped us with track position. Unfortunately, we started just a couple spots probably too far back to give Blake a real shot. When he's fast, I mean, it's hard to beat him. I was hoping for some mistakes at the end to hopefully at least get me in closer to him. But Joseph's good too, and he's a good racer, and he's fast. It's tough to pass him, and me and him were battling a little bit. Definitely held me up for a few laps, or held both of us up for a few laps, and I was just unable to get to able to run Blake down, which is hard to do. You hope for a mistake, which he doesn't make very often. So congrats to him, and congrats to Joseph on great races, and wish we had a couple more laps. Maybe we could have gave Blake a run for his money.
Absolutely. Second place here. Before we send you off to the 410s, you got anybody to thank you?
I just want to thank you guys doing an awesome job in the broadcast, and Coast to Coast Racing for putting on an awesome league to be a part of. Want to thank Miller Time Motorsports, Chatham Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Design, Velocity Race Design, and Northeast Outlaw Motorsports. Thank all the sponsors. Just want to thank all the fans that come out and support us and watch these races. I hope we put on a great show for you all, and hopefully the 410s are pretty good. I just want to thank my fans as well for supporting.
There you have it, folks. Your second place driver, Gavin Chatham.
Absolutely doing a good one here. Bring up third place man here. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Joseph, you got a copy on me?
How you doing?
Well, man, another top 3 in the books here tonight at Outdoor. Just talk to see that race.
Yeah, obviously starting up front makes it a lot easier. Started third, moved up one spot, then lost it. Track's super fast, so it's really hard to pull much of anything. But I'm happy with third.
Absolutely, a third place finish is solid. You got anybody to thank you?
I'd like to thank Catalytic Recovery, West End Tone again, the guys over at Inferno Motorsports, M9 Setups. Appreciate you guys for doing the broadcast, Coast to Coast, and my girlfriend Olivia.
Yeah, folks, your third place driver, Joseph Grandy.
Absolutely. Well, let's go here, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here. We got the 410s coming up here.
Yeah, kind of change up the interview questions there a little bit. Send-offs. You got $3 million? We could buy a dirt track up in Sharon, Ohio. The one that the Blaney zone. I don't know. I don't know. It's $3 million. That ain't cheap. No, it's race ready track. Yeah. I don't know. They make plenty of money. You ready for a new build? New dirt track being added? We're getting Kern County. Do you know where Kern County is? Oh, it's in California. Oh, you hater.
All right, here we go. 410 wing sprints. Look at our fast line racing bodies. Heat race number 1 here tonight. Out the grid here real quick. Got Patrick Spangler out front, Gavin Chatham starting in second, Blake Chapman there in third, Kevin Fry starting fourth, Stephen Bixler in fifth, Joseph Grandy up in sixth, Bob DeGood seventh, Mike Kramer, he's going to be in the 8th place spot. Been some good racing here so far.
Yeah, remember what happened in the heat race for Spangler the last time?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's thinking about that and hoping he doesn't.
2 for 2 for the peel draw, but
yeah. Try not to make a mistake here, Spangler. Still no. Roger Craig. Maybe he'll show up for the asphalt at the Indy Oval.
bro. Alright, Foundation Pace Trucks pulling them around. 410s, these are the bad boys right here.
And the biggest sprint cars in the world with the 410s. Almost 900 horses under the hood.
Yes.
You know how many horses are required to have almost 900 horses, Joe?
Say that again?
Do you know how many horses are needed to have 900 horses under the hood?
Green flag, green flag.
900 of them, I reckon. Green flag. Spangler said, I'm getting out of Dodge on this one. He jumps out front. Actually, Chatham did. Spangler actually falls back. He's going to get, pushed, though, man, as Spangler gets back here with Chapman.
Chatham trying to get the good starting spot in the feature here on the 410s up at the front. They're almost 3 wide. They were 2 wide at least. Momentarily, here comes Kevin Fry.
Yeah, he's down on the bottom down there. He had that wheel over trying to shrug the paint off the wall.
Oh, that's one of the things that happen around here. Oh, Spangler up in the wall. Oh, man, dropping all the way back to the 7th spot. He may be in danger to the final spot of Bob DeGood if DeGood keeps it out of the wall as well. Oh, Spangler won't get in the wall. Yeah, he is.
Wow, boy, falls, like you said, back to 7th. Meanwhile, Chatham out front, Fry there in 2nd. He's utilized that inside lane. And the biggest thing here with the 410s is you've got enough power to drive it up off the turn.
Yes, you do. You're able to keep it down all around the bottom, and that...
Well, never mind.
Bit him right there, and Spangler is involved as well. Oh, no.
And I'm not quite sure why Spangler just didn't hold up there a little bit. Wow. Back on to Malcolm Mills and see what happened.
As Chatham wins.
Chatham does win it. And in 2nd, oh, he caught the wall. Remember I told you he was down there, man, hanging on the wall? But it snapped out and bit him. Chatham pulls it off here with Grandmer. Ouch. Chapman now is going to fight from the back. Heat race 1. Race number 2. Ain't the mechanical out here. Race number 2, let's look at the grid. Harry Taylor going to be out front. Anthony Morano starting in 2nd. Daniel Vault in 3rd. Zach Chapman up in the 4th. Brandon Dittmer starting in 5th. Jeffrey Barker, he's going to be 6th place. Kurt Shatner there in 7th. Ought to be a pretty good one. We're off with a lot of fireworks here tonight.
Absolutely. Here we go. Heat 2. Gary Taylor, he's always done good in heat races when he gets on the pole. Let's see if he can hold off this field of hungry drivers and maybe start 2nd spot in this feature event.
Yes.
Green flag, green flag.
Flag. Taylor and company, and here comes Morano up top. Vault's right behind him. It's a three-man sprint car battle up front.
Now look at this. Taylor holding him off. He's rolling the bottom side of the racetrack. Got Anthony Morano up on the high side trying to build up momentum. He's going to be under pressure from Daniel Vogt right now in the yellow car, the Van 5-star machine.
Yeah.
And Morano, your daily race leader here.
He is right now, though. Vault's got Barker and Schatzer coming up here. As you see, Vault man falls back. Here comes Schatzer. He's on the move. He takes a 2-for-1 here with Barker right behind him. As Vault's in trouble with the van, it must have a flat tire.
Oh, what kind of 1980 van do we got around here, Joe?
I don't know. Studebaker.
Comes
battle for
Schatzer.
second.
Yeah, Schatzer over Gary Taylor coming to the white flag. Gonna have half a mile to try to get up the second spot. He sends it deep.
That was talk about thread the needle. Man. Taylor under trouble, though, with Barker out of 4. Is he going to get him? No. Taylor's going to hold on to it. Morano wins at Schatzer second. Taylor in third. Good heat race there. A little warm-up, folks. We'll be right back here in just a few.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, folks, get ready to sit back. We're about to set here for the hometown heroes here tonight. 410 wing sprints feature race. Bring it over here and look at our catalytic recovery starting lineup. Gavin Chatham out front. Anthony Morano is going to start in second. Joseph Grandy in third. Kurt Schatzer in fourth. Mike Kramer in fifth. Gary Taylor sixth. Steven Bixler up in seventh. Anthony Barker starting eighth. Bob DeGood starting ninth. Zach Chapman there in 10th. Blake Chapman, he's going to start in 11th. Brandon Dittmer in 12th. Kevin Fry 13th. Daniel Vault 14th. Patrick Spangler starts in 15th. So notable names in the back. Got Chapman, Blake, and then Spangler back there. Fry back there in the back. Some of the guys going to have to work their way to the front.
Yeah, absolutely. Spangler, one of them. He had to try it from the back in the 360 division. Chapman, he's always strong in a sprint car. He's going to have to come up through this field here.
Okay. Rono and Chatham. Chatham and Grandy been up front most of the night.
Chatham trying to pick up another win here tonight. He won in the 305s, got second in the 360s. Grandy trying to make the best of tonight and get another top three, trying to look for that race win.
Chatham, Morano out front. Base trucks in.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. 410's underway.
Go, look at this already on the high side for second spot. Morano versus Joseph Grandy. Grandy gonna have the spot out of 4, and Morano with the cross down on the front straightaway. He'll take back every second. Now the crossover once again from Grandy in turn 3, and while this is going on, this is gonna allow for Chatham to maybe try to pull up a little bit of a gap. He needs to get going, and that's gonna be short-lived as we get a caution flag.
Up back there with Bob DeGood and Patrick Spangler. Let's go back on the Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to the two. Spangler's back here in the back. More trouble for him here tonight. Got 3 wide in front. What happens when you get marred in traffic? Oh, Spangler just got in the back of the wheel a little bit. Good in the wall hard. Oh. Good night turning into worse, boy.
Absolutely. And you know, Joseph Grandy. Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the other points. Gavin Chatham, my bad. And I was looking at the points. I was looking at Grandy, but I'm looking at the points. And Chatham, 19 points behind Chapman coming into tonight. He's trying to cut into that points lead. But Chapman already up to 6
before we crown champ after the night.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we have next week and one final week, so gotta try to make up as many points as you possibly can. And when you're finishing 1 and 2 every night, it's very hard to cut into a point lead.
Yes, so we go. Chatham up front. Randy there in second. Chats are holding up third. Morano fourth. Chapman be able to move up 6 spots, though. Big mover up the 5th.
Chapman able to move all the way up to the top 5 here, top 6. Here we go. Gavin Chatham going to have the advantage on the restart with the green flag.
Yeah,
Randy under pressure
Chapman.
from Morano.
Chapman and Fry, they're both up 6 spots. Back here battling out 3 wide, 4 wide. Pull 1 high, a couple down low. Cranmer in the middle there with them. Meanwhile, Chatham out front. Oh, what a racing going on throughout the track here.
Chapman utilizing that high side. He's always been strong in the 410s, especially. Already all the way up to the 4th spot, trying to get to the top 3. He's got Morano in his sights. Shots are up in the wall.
Oh, he was
He'll
able to hang
drop
on
back.
to it. Wow. So Chapman right now, if he gets one more spot, that means the top three's been the same. The last will be the last 3 races.
Yeah, indeed it would. And he's right there on Morano, putting the pressure down. Oh boy, what a good race it is right now for top 3. Squeezing the needle throughout on the high side.
Yeah, he did. He came up on that top side cushion and ripped it real hard. Here Chapman takes over 3rd spot. He's got his eyes set to try to get Grandy. Grandy's going, man, you know what? I've been in 3rd all night long. I want to try something new. 2nd or lead here as Chatham out front. We got cars around the back. Spangler involved. Caution out. Oh boy, it's going to Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened. Spangler is just not having the night he wants. One of these nights where he's just going to stay home. Go to the neighbor's house. Just replay. Just needle a little bit there. Down low. Oh! Car in front of him kind of cut down and then just barely clipped him. Chatham right now. Out front.
Oh boy, the strong man of the field, the popcorn man in the top 3. Can he try to go back-to-back 360 to 410? Or if not, at least stay in the top 3 and keep the top 3 the same all night long.
Looks strong too.
Yes, he has. We're gonna find out, see who can get it done here. Scored 9 laps. I'll have 11 to go.
Foundation piece truck around. Yeah.
Green flag, green flag.
Now look at this, Chapman on the bottom already trying to go for a 2nd spot over Grandy. Can he pull it off? He's gonna go for the slider out of turn number 4. Not quite, he had it cleared, but didn't go for the slider on Grandy. He's trying to experiment with the bottom here, Joe. That's what he's doing. He's gonna relinquish back to 3rd. He's got pressure from Fry, but Fry gets a little cat sideways there. He loses the momentum to Chapman. Grandy still trying to figure something out, try to catch up to the race leader, Gavin Chatham. Chatham, he's just got to stay smooth up on the top cushion.
Yeah, he does. He got Chatham out front, Grandy there in 2nd. Chapman, man, it is getting hot and heavy for 2nd place. Here comes Chapman to the inside. Knows that haymaker slide job and made it stick for right now. Grandy's going, you got to be kidding me. I'm back here in 3rd again. Time's winding out for me to get back up here and get it done. 7 to go here tonight at Eldora.
They're heading into the danger zone here with Chapman up on the high side. As long as he stays smooth, well, he is definitely catching up to Chatham all the way up on the back Nerf bar. Oh man, if there was a gap right there, he was going to take it. He goes for the slider down here in turn number 3. He has it cleared. Does Chatham have anything for the crossover? Not quite. Oh my.
I don't know, man, where he came from. Blake Chapman brings the 10 spots home up front right here. As Chatham says, you know, I got other plans. He throws his own slide job. It doesn't stick. He falls back to 2nd. Grandy's back in 3rd. Fry's hanging to 4th. Morano's in 5th. There's a back and forth seesaw, man, for 1 and 2.
We're going to have to start calling Blake Chapman the smooth popcorn because he is always up on the high side.
Like butter,
nice
ain't
and
he?
smooth. Yes, he is. Wow. Slippery.
Whew. Meanwhile, Spangler's been able to bounce back from some turmoil all night long. He's up 8 spots, up in the 7th. Fry's up 9 and 4th. Looking strong right now, but it's all Chapman out front.
He's made up 10 spots to this race lead coming to the white flag. He's got a half mile to Hold him off. No mistakes out of the popcorn man as long as he gets around.
Yep. Comes out of it down the back stretch. 2 more turns. Chapman is there. Chatham's with him. Not going to happen. Out of 4. It's going to be Chapman, Chatham, and Grandy. Your top 3 again here tonight for the 410 Wing Sprint.
Oh boy, what a good night here in the Dirt Series.
Awesome racing so far.
Yeah, it was. Get a word in here with your top 3.
Mm-hmm. Bring the winner up here. Get your word with him.
Hey Blake, you got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, they ought to just butter you up because you are the popcorn man. You slid right on around and took that lead. Talk us through that race.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt really, really fast for whatever reason. I don't know if it was just the way I was driving it, but man, it just felt like this car was hooked up. We're all running the same setup, but man, I just felt like I was just flying around this place. That's how I felt the last time we were at Eldora too. So, just wish I would have had one more spot in the 305 so I could have swept again. But you know, I'll definitely take this night. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Absolutely, another race win here in the 410s. You got anybody to like to thank?
Yep, my family for watching and supporting all the guys down at the Krite Sim racing team and the Can-Am racing team. And of course I got to give a shout out to Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. As you said, I am the popcorn man. And don't forget, when you're checking out at galensgourmetpopcorn.com, you can use code CART, that's C-A-R-T, at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. And I got to thank you guys for putting this broadcast on every week. You do a great job.
There you have, folks, your race winner, Blake Chapman.
Yeah, it is. Bringing it home here tonight. Let's bring up our second place man here. Get a word.
Hey, Gavin, you got a copy on me?
I hear you guys.
Well, you did a little bit of reversal rolls once again, bringing it home second in the 410 stock of that race.
It was a pretty good race. I'm kind of pissed at myself right now. I made just a little bit of a bobble one of the laps. I gave Blake an opportunity to capitalize on, and I probably maybe should have ran a slider line or something because I knew he was there. I could hear him, but I just made a mistake, and that's on me. But all in all, it's a good run for us. I'll take it, and we're showing speed. And when you know, between me, Blake, and Joseph all night long, we've all been, I would say, pretty dang close or pretty dang even. You know, we're flipping laps of, you know, maybe Blake's faster than I'm faster, and then Joseph's faster. We keep flipping back and forth. So it's good competition. It's good racing. It's tough to win these things. You need everything to go right, and maybe didn't want to see that second to last or that last caution because I felt like I had my momentum going, and I had a good pace going, and it is what it is, but we'll take a second place any day.
Absolutely, man. Well, you got anybody you'd like to thank here?
I just want to thank you guys once again. Awesome job with the broadcast and Coast to Coast Racing and everybody who helps out with Coast to Coast Racing to put this league on. I want to thank Chatham Motorsports, Miller Time Motorsports, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports, and Velocity Race Design. Thanks to all the sponsors. I want to thank all the fans for coming out and watching. I hope we put on a good show for y'all. I hope we do every week. I hope everyone that tunes in I hope they enjoy the racing. And I just want to thank my fans for coming out and supporting as well.
There you have, folks, your second place driver, Gavin Chatham.
It is. Done a great job. Let's bring up this man here, Joseph. Joseph, Joe in the booth, got a copy.
Yep. How you doing, guys?
Well, I tell you what, man, third place, but y'all three just been up front all night long.
Yeah, I just happened to be at the end of all three races, but it's fine. I'll take it. I'm happy.
Looking good doing it too, man. I tell you what, how'd you feel out there in that 410?
I love 410s are my favorite out of all three of them, so I love 410s.
It looks strong right now. You got anybody you want to thank for a good third place finish?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank Catalytic Recovery, West End Tone Repair, all the guys over at Inferno Motorsports, N9 Setups. Appreciate you guys again for doing the broadcast, Coast to Coast, and my beautiful girlfriend Olivia for letting me do this every night.
Absolutely. There you go. That's old Joseph Grandy. Bring her home in third. Well, folks, we're going on the dirt, that asphalt side. Don't go anywhere. We got some Xfinity racing coming up here soon.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olson, she has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, folks, here we go. We got the in Chapman Racing Xfinity Series here tonight. Indianapolis. Oval part here.
The big old oval, the 2.5 mile oval. You know, sometimes, Joe, I forget it's even 2.5. I always think of this as like a 2 mile, but it is a 2.5 mile. Square, rectangle.
Yeah, I was in the rectangle.
It's a rounded rectangle. Currently, they're doing practice here. Bob Light at the top of the timing chart with a 52.665.
True.
Just waiting on
Race control
drivers
here.
in.
More drivers sneak up in here. It's been a pretty good night here for the hometown heroes. We had the 305, 360, and 410s, and the top three was the same. Same guy, I think.
Unfortunately, we won't see all three of those guys be able to do a sweep of the night because they are not even in here.
They don't do the asphalt.
Yeah.
Getting down. Go check out C2CRL.com. Get you up to speed on coming up championship week here next couple weeks. We crown champs here in all the series all week long. Been a good one so far here for the summer series as summer's winding down. Got a couple more weeks in fall. Hey, Labor Day? It's like fall or something.
I don't know. Well, while he's looking that up, I don't say.
I think Labor Day is.
Good on it. It's September 23rd. First day of fall.
Got a little bit to go. It definitely will get cooler by the end, though.
Hmm.
Definitely.
So just waiting on race control here. I do believe we were waiting on Isaac Salas. He should be about loaded in.
It's Indianapolis, man, known track here. They got the Indy 500. Big track, kind of a, like I said, it's a rectangular style track. You have, it has the 4 turns, but you have like kind of the short chutes in between the turns.
Mm-hmm. Very unique layout of a racetrack.
Yeah.
Got the line of bricks for the start-finish line. Someone in the Coast to Coast here tonight is going to be kissing the bricks.
That's right.
Have you ever kissed the bricks, Joe?
Just some gravel, man, when I was younger and flipped over my handlebars.
Okay, close enough.
Man. Didn't feel too good. I wasn't doing any victory laps, let's say it that way. Kind of hurt. All right, here we go. We're going to qualify now.
Gonna pick us out a pole sitter here. Somebody's gonna hit a quick time and be up at the front. Gotta be able to lead this 50 lap racing.
Oh, yeah.
Who are we gonna be looking at here for? Let's go on Doyle out. Yeah, Doyle's out. see how Doyle runs around this rectangle track. I'm gonna take that long pit exit, get through the blue line, and now he can merge up onto the racetrack.
Gotta be smooth on this track too, though.
Yes, you do. Doyle, always with the NASCAR paint. The chrome number, the chrome logos. See what he can do. I'm gonna pick up the green flag here. And at turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Start the first time lap for Doyle Lawrence. See how smooth he can get down here in turn number 1. Looks a little smooth there. Maybe some hair mistake on getting a little loose. It is a little... Is it breezy out here, Joe? Feels a little breezy. It's only 4-mile-per-hour winds through the west, so maybe a little factor right there. Track temp being 89 degrees, so a little warm.
Yeah, you got Colin up there. Put in a second. Cole right now hanging on to the
see what Doyle can set the bar at here. Uh, 53.446
up top.
Well, that was short-lived because now Isaac Salas up to the top of the board with a 53.13. See if anybody can improve on second lap as Daniel Blau hits a 52.969. Okay. Yeah, round it up.
Bob says, I'm gonna take an 85. Say I'm gonna just beat all of you. Oh, Johnson with 86 right up underneath him. Oh man.
Bob.
Close times.
Bob usually runs in the road courses here at the Coast to Coast League.
Trying to done on the asphalt side too.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he ran good that week 13 on the Charlotte Oval. So surprised we don't see Bob Light out here more than we usually do. Right now, holding on to the top spot. We'll see what everybody can do on their second laps. Isaac a little bit better. Bob Light second lap. Is it gonna be an improvement? He does. 76. Wow. And just
that's a 10th faster than Johnson. Woo! Put down a mega time.
Cody Graham
came up here and said, I almost knocked you out. Wow.
278 for Graham there.
Good run.
Graham still has a second
come out
lap.
Here 49 though.
Yeah, right.
Roger Craig out here come out here and put 48 down. He said, forget y'all, man.
So Graham still on his second lap here. See if he can beat out Bob Light. Got a corner to go here.
You know why Bob man got the pole?
Because he's light.
Light.
Okay.
Graham got that thing sideways. He is pushing that machine.
I don't know. I'm not liking it.
I think he slid coming out of the turn, so it probably killed some speed, but he was definitely pushing it. Yeah, they're sideways. But we know he's fast.
Everybody's either you like to take a time or not take a time, so.
Good right now. Over to a little mini warm-up and going here to the feature tonight.
What mini warm-up?
They always do a little warm-up in between.
They don't have that set up.
Oh, they didn't have it set up this time? Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, they normally have them set up.
So everybody's done qualified, and Roland Olson's trying to get into the server.
Got time.
He does, indeed.
Come on, Roland.
Roland, you got a chance. You can be the one to
Hold on
knock
in
him
there.
off.
Rolling into deep. Woo!
But either way, Bob Light guaranteed a front row starting spot, no matter what occurs. Right now, Cody
Racing
Graham.
capped off here tonight. Xfinity cars here. Tim Chapman Racing Xfinity Series. Picture right there gives you just how big this. 2.5 miles. Big as Daytona.
Yes, it is.
Not as fast. You probably get on the straightaways. Turns is what's going to.
Yeah, you definitely gotta use the brakes around this racetrack versus what you would at Daytona and Talladega.
That's in the Indy car. Then forget about it. 230 mile an hour around this place.
They still gotta let off a little bit in an Indy car.
Running over 200 mile an hour still in that thing. All the time. Fast. Indy car. I'd hate to hit the wall with one of them. Roland made it in.
Yes, he did. Is he gonna try to take a lap here? Oh, yes, he is. He's got 2.5 minutes to get it done. He better go off if he's going.
Close.
He might get one lap in.
Yeah, you're going to get one because you got to do the warm-up lap, then you do 2 of the laps after that, so. Might at least get one lap in.
And it's going to cut it close here. He's got 2 minutes to get all the way around to the front straightaway, and then he has to do a lap, which is going to take around 52 to 53 seconds. He's going to get at least one in. Going up through the gears on the access road here. You're looking at Roland Olson. Lucy Olson's dad.
Right.
Our green flag sponsor here.
Start.
So he's taking it easy, keeping the tires nice and cool so he can get a good lap in on his one scored lap coming out of turn number 4 down the straightaway to the line of bricks to take his first and probably his only time to lap here. So we are down to 1 minute left in the qualifying session. What can old Roland Olson do? He gets down here in turn number 1. Nice and smooth. Easy on the throttle. And a little
one more time.
Easy.
What's it we can do?
Down the back straight, he looks pretty solid
right
now.
He's going to pick up 2 positions at least.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's going to be ahead of Louis Meglin and Tim Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
On the second short shoot, looking pretty solid right now on the
smoothness around this track, man, gets you fast here. Got momentum up coming out of those turns, going down these long straightaways. That's where you can lose so much time coming out of the turns.
53, 56, move him up to the 11th spot.
Run. Gonna make this next lap though.
Nah. Unfortunately, our racing gonna get him out. There we go.
Go track. All right, here we go. Look at our starting grid here. Catalytic recovery. We got Bob Light out front. Cody Graham's going to start in second. Colin Johnson starting in third. Isaac Sellis in fourth. Daniel Blau starting fifth. Zachary Chapman there in sixth. Carson Burrows going to start in 7th. Daniel Vault there in 8th. Jeffrey Kemper starting 9th. Joel Lawrence starting in 10th. Roland Olson, he's going to start 11th. 12th place going to be John Krupa. 13th, Mike Cranmer. We got Jeremy Tate starting 14th. 15th, Stephen Bixler. Got Lewis Megalins back in 16th. Tim Chapman starting in the 17th spot. Grid here too. Field.
Yes, it is a good little field here tonight. We'll see who can get it done. Who's going to kiss the bricks? They got 50 laps in regulation to get it done. Not sure on the fuel mileage. They are at 50% fuel. Maybe around 20.
There'll be somebody try to do just one stop.
If they can make it 26 laps, somebody's got to do it. I know you can go 26 on tires.
And it also depends on cautions too.
Cautions do make a difference here, yes. Daniel Vogt electing to take a ELL here on the start. Not feeling comfortable with the setup. Don't want to make himself a hazard. And the whatever that car is, the Motorhead car. Bob Light up in the SJRN Slide Job Racing Network car. Roll them off here with the Tesla pace car. Ford Focus pick. Whatever it is.
Got Graham out here. Hey, like. Good.
Bob Light, good on the road courses and the Coast-to-Coast Racing. Haven't seen him too much on the ovals, but already looking pretty good for first impressions here. Setting the pole. And you know, the corners around there, they are kind of like a road course corner. I mean, you gotta really know how to trail brake going into one.
Yeah, but you've also got to keep that momentum. So there's that fine line between, like what you said, you know, the braking, keeping the momentum, especially coming off the turn, like turn 4 and turn 2. You know, going down those long straightaways, almost like Pocono coming out of turn 3. You know, if you don't get that turn right, you lose so much momentum and speed going down that straightaway because you want to keep the speed going, and you got to going down those straights.
Yes, you do. You gotta be able to hold it throughout both sets of corners on both ends of the rectangle here. The lights shut off. Who's gonna be the best one at it? Trying to hit the line of bricks. Take the Mission 22 restart zone. Lucy Olsen green flag.
Here tonight, Indy style.
Green, green, green.
March down front. Green flag. We're racing.
If you're Cody Graham, you kind of want to maybe sandbag, and he does down to the bottom side. It's going to be an inside dominant racetrack. Especially early on, you do not want to be in a battle and burn off those race tires. You see, here comes Isaac Salas. He will drop in behind Colin Johnston. Your top 4 all single file already.
Is light out front. Graham, Johnson, Sellis, Chapman, Laub, Burrows, Lawrence, Kemper, and Olson. Top 10. I already see what we're talking about with what you said, you know, single file. I mean, you go into these turns pretty quick. Now, you mentioned earlier using the brake. You don't use a lot of brake here. You kind of, you know, let that car kind of sail into the turn. I mean, you kind of like maybe just kind of tap it. Just,
You feather the brake a little bit.
Yeah.
Down in turn 1 and turn 3, not so much in turn 2 and turn 4.
Now, if you want to try to keep that momentum going up as much as you can there, you're probably letting off the throttle with those more than anything. You see light right now. Graham, his place is a tough place to pass, too. That's another thing that we're going to see. Even on guys that might be on older tires or newer tires, it's still a tough place to pass because it's inside dominant.
Yes, it is. You got to be on that inside line for all the corners. And, we might see some draft breakage here in one of these cars, as you do not want to let the guy behind you have the draft to pull up next to you.
Just saw the times, and everybody running 53, pretty much throughout the field. Kind of tells you how hard it is to pass. I talk about times a lot and what it takes to pass a car in front of you. Even though you might be, say a couple or half a tenth or a couple hundredths faster, that's not enough for you just to go blowing by him. You need a solid tenth and a half to just clearly pass a guy in front of you. If not, it's going to take some work. Not much faster. And the last lap, there was only hundreds separating Light and Graham. That's definitely not fast enough to get around each other.
Yeah, absolutely. But the guy behind always has the draft to maybe save a little bit of fuel down the straightaways, and if they so want, they can try to slingshot on to the inside. So as the leading car, you almost got to be ready to make the block if you so want to.
And I think if you talk about that slingshot move, if you get the guy on the outside to move up far enough, you could be able to make.
You got to be a little bit predictable on how far up you're going to stay on the straightaways, and don't let that guy behind you get to your inside going into the corner. You see, you kind of lose a little bit of gap in the short chutes on both ends of the racetrack, and then you gain it all back on the longer straightaways. It's that factor of the draft there with Cody Graham. Graham maybe just riding here. He knows he can save gas on the bigger straightaways versus trying to force the issue and battle with Bob Light.
Yeah, he's going to try to keep him honest right there on his back bumper. See him pulling away from Cullen Johnson. Johnson could be saving some tires, and again, I don't know. I mean, saving tires here is a smart way to do it, but I don't know that it's going to be the be-all, end-all. Everybody's running just so dead even. One of them auto club style racing.
Yeah, you definitely gotta be smart about your tires, because the tires do wear down here a good bit with how tight the corners are and the speed that you're carrying through. You got to keep them underneath of you. You see there, Cody Graham loses a little bit of ground to Bob Light on the exit of turn 2.
Cullen was able to make up a little bit right there, and that's what I say. One little bobble here, you can lose ground. We're talking about so much on how hard it is to pass and how much it takes to get around a guy. But one little bobble here, and you can lose so much ground on a guy also.
Yeah, and if you lose the range of the draft on the bigger straightaways, it's just so hard to catch up. You see there, Bob Light trying to break the draft of Cody Graham on the front straightaway down in turn number 1.
Yeah, I think it's a little early to do that. I mean, at the end of the race, it's great, but right now, I don't know if there's really much advantage to doing that. They've talked about that in the past, even in real racing. How much of an advantage does that kind of like the sailing or, kind of snaking it down the straightaways and all? You see it nonetheless. Does it really make up? Because at some point, you've got to have that fine line of, and I know, if you yank that wheel like you're doing, you could actually scrub speed by doing it that way. So you've got to still maintain smoothness by doing that.
Yeah, you definitely can scrub speed, but while you're doing that, you're also wearing down your tires because you are kind of swerving in and out. And see, Isaac Salas already coming into pit road. Did he hit something?
It's clean, but
not pulling up to his pit box. Maybe emergency here.
Okay. He's all right. Right now, you see Graham losing a little ground. The light, Johnson's able to maintain about the same distance. Chapman back into fourth place. He's closing in there on Johnson. Lau back there. And it looks like John Deere. Deere car.
It's the Oregon Ducks machine, but it is in the John Deere color. If you put John Deere on that car, I don't think anybody would question it.
Burrows right now looking strong. He's back here in the 6th place. Lawrence up 3 spots, up to 7. Olsen up 3, up to 8. Got a side-by-side battle back here with Krupa, Eglin.
Meglin on the inside of Krupa down in turn number 1. Krupa just gonna let it occur here. Yes, he is.
Yeah, we talked about that last night in the truck race. How much do you battle a guy, especially way early on? And at some point, you just have to say, well, I'm going to let him go. Gotta let him have it.
Here comes Preston Kramer on the inside of John Krupa. Down to turn number 3. Gonna get it and out of turn 3. Maybe out of turn number 4. Well,
yeah, he's got
yeah, he does. He's got that Dale Earnhardt looking paint. Okay, so Krupa able to hang on there of Kramer, and now Tim Chapman on the back bumper of Kramer. Oh, had to hit the brakes there so he didn't just absolutely go in the back end of Kramer.
Sometimes, man, you gotta blow it up a little bit.
Gotta stop and smell the roses a little bit as Bob Light, he has put on a 1.5 second gap back to Cody Graham.
Panic out here.
Cody Graham sounding like he's trying to save a little bit of gas, popping the clutch in the short chute.
Forward with him to see.
Or maybe he was downshifting, one of the two.
Could be. I don't know if you really need downshift at this track. So long since I've run here, but for the backstretch right now.
Yeah, and I did it down in turn 3 and 4, so we'll see if he does it again.
All the way to 6,500 RPM.
He didn't do it.
Look like it, yeah.
Alright, maybe just that one lap he did.
Yeah. Testing something, maybe trying something new. I mean, and that's what you got to do sometimes. If you're a little bit off the pace, try something a little bit different. I mean, I can't remember if you do shift here. I'm thinking it was kind of an optional type of thing. Some guys used it back in the day and some didn't. It's almost like Pocono. Pocono going in turn 1 used to be always shifting, and now I think sometimes they optional that they don't shift.
Oh, got a caution. Could be Kemper.
What happened to him? Fits. Great car there. Oh, on the outside, just got into him. He held on to it.
Looked like Olsen maybe have gotten up into the wall, and then Kemper just there at the wrong time and got bounced into.
Yeah. So do you pit here?
I almost say you have to, especially if it's a 20-lap run. This would make it into one pit stop left of the race.
Okay.
You definitely need to take some tires here. You do have 2 in the pits, if I remember correctly of how to read that off. They have 3 tire sets, so 1 on the car, 2 in the pits.
All right. See if they do pit here. Up, Joseph. Go 003. Olin Olsen. Moving up the field. Came in late, but still good.
They're on pit road. We'll see if anybody elects to take any tires. Get gas at least. We got a little bit of contact towards the back end of the pit road area with Roland Olsen and Lewis Meglin. Johnston electing to stay out. Looks like Cody Graham fuel only. Zach Chapman, Doyle Lawrence, Tim Chapman, Bob Light first one of 4 tires. Krupa, Cranmer showing pit time of 0.00. What happened there? Is he not able to get in his box all the way?
Who's that?
Cranmer. So, is it showing 0.00 on pit time? Okay. So, looks like a lot of these guys with at least fuel only. Maybe the right side tire, maybe tires on the right side on a couple of them, up in the 8-second mark. A lot of them just fuel only. Colin Johnston not coming in, unless he comes in this next time around. But Bob Light, the man with the tires.
Yes.
Restart in 6.
And we'll see how well new tires or track position plays here. One definitely is the favorite.
I like the idea of the tires.
Okay.
I mean, we had 12 or so laps on that run there. You kind of burn them off a little quicker here. Especially with doing the snaking at the front with Cody Graham. I'm not sure if I would agree with not taking tires. And with Colin Johnston, he's hoping for a quick little run here. Maybe catch a lucky caution so he has track position if he's able to hang on. And or he's on a differing strategy, maybe trying to go for a one stop entirely.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that too. I think that's probably the strategy he's going for, is the one stop.
And if that's the case, he is going to have another set of tires for him in the pits if there is a real late caution after he does his first one.
Here we go. Lights off on the pace car. Steve King Station. Out here tonight. Hometown Heroes here. Tim Chapman, Xfinity Series. 2CRL.com. Get up to speed on the Coast to Coast Racing League. Indianapolis here with Xfinity cars. Green flag.
Green flag,
Olsen.
green flag.
Yeah.
See
Oh, well,
how-
those no tires going to hold up in the turn.
contact!
Yeah, I mean, and you just see the new tires definitely going to outmaneuver him in that turn.
He ain't even new tires on Cody Graham.
Ooh, look at
They're
them
both
racing
the
in the
same tires.
back here, too. They're beating and banging on each other.
Oh, we got a
car
car
off
up the wall.
And he held on to it. That was
Burrows.
Burrows. Ow. Meanwhile, Bob Light's trying to see if he can't come through the field. Those new tires on it.
He's got the new 4 tires on that car. The others maybe have taken 2 at the times they had in Pay Road.
Yeah, and it's gonna be I mean, Light's gonna get up there, but it's gonna take him several laps to do it. And we talked about how the lap times were. Damn, out front. Might be the what you might need to know later in the race. If we get down to maybe like 5 or 4 laps. Okay, how well can I hold them off with just older tires? How long can I hold them off?
And where potentially do I come out if I do come in and take tires?
Yeah.
Bob Light, it's going to take him at least another lap here to get to the back bumper of Zachary Chapman.
And then another so to get around him. So then that's what I'm talking about. It's not the case of, yeah, those new tires eventually will catch up. It's how long it takes for them to catch up. I mean, right now it's almost a dead center. And then we talk about dirty air too there, Corey. You know, it's like in real life. You get up to a certain point and then boom, it's a brick wall.
Yeah, you get right up close enough to the car ahead of you and it starts to push up the track. See Zachary Chapman going good to the inside lane, just going out of Bob White to take this position. Okay.
Yeah. That's what Bob wants to see, you know, good sportsmanship. Zach obviously knows. Now, I mean, again, if that's 5 or 4 to go, it's not going to make it so easy for him to get around him. It's way early in the race. We're not halfway home yet, so no need to try to wreck yourself or anything like that.
And Johnston coming into the pit road here on lap, going to be lap 19 at the line, but lap 18 for him.
Chandler back here in 7th. Chapman, he's moving up. 6th place spot. Everybody kind of on new or older style tires. You see him coming through the field, but kind of just see Cody Graham hold him off. And this is what I was talking about. It's been what? A good solid 3-4 laps now. It's just good to know for later on.
Yeah, absolutely good knowledge here for Cody Graham if there is late yellow and they're on the same tires game at that point in time. You see Daniel Blau though, look at the momentum Blau has. Oh, he got it into the wall. I was like, okay, that was a little bit too much momentum. And it definitely was.
Yeah. Graham's still holding his own out here, being smooth.
Yes, he is trying to hold it off as long as he can up at the front here. Maybe another straightaway here before Bob Light is right there on the back bumper. He's got the draft help
Daniel
now.
Blau coming up too. Blau's got those new tires.
Yeah, but he hit the wall there. It may have hurt the aerodynamics. He hit it pretty hard.
Up to
He's able to carry a little bit more momentum there throughout turn 3 than Bob Light and Cody Graham. Comes Daniel Blau gonna enter high, exit low on turn 4. All 3 of these cars on the same blanket. Bob Light trying to go on the outside of Cody Graham though, down in turn number 1. He's gonna have to try it on the high side. If he don't make it work, Daniel Biles right there. Bile gonna take it on the inside of Cody Graham.
And that's where the advantage of those new tires come in at.
Absolutely, the newer tires took about maybe 5 or 6 laps before they were able to get up and past Cody Graham. Cody Graham going to battle back on Daniel
When we talk
Bile.
about this, Corey, you got to look. It might have took longer if Chapman would have battled with the light there, and if Cody would have maybe put up more of a fight.
Yeah, if Chapman would have battled a little harder with Bob Light, we would have been maybe looking at lap 22 or even 23 before.
Oh, car round.
Caught up. Uh-oh. And they're in the pit, so we ain't gonna. Okay, there's the caution.
Yeah, well, one of them was in the pits. Tim Chapman got turned, but I think that was Kemper who spun it. Went into the pits. It wouldn't have threw the caution. Catch it one more time. You see right there, he had to whoa up. Oh, yeah, Kemper got it outside, and he goes sliding. Boom, off on the entry of pit, and then he hits Chapman. And Chapman comes back up on the track, and I think there he just got a little rate. Yeah, contact coming into the pit road. Might be what Cody needs.
Yeah, Cody with one extra set of tires, if he so decides to, he can come in and take 4 tires, still have a set left for a later date. Bob Light, he has his hands tied here. He's got to decide if those tires are good enough for track position to be held on to not even halfway through this race.
Under caution here. Motorsports caution here tonight. Hometown heroes here. Xfinity Series. Bob Light most of the time out here. Front. Caution. What you seen so far that any of these guys could do different?
Not sure, but we got Bob Light coming into pit road. I assume just for a feel for Bob Light. Cody, if he only took fuel the last time, I'd say this is going to be a tire stop for Cody Graham. Daniel Bile might be on the same page as Bob Light. Same with Lewis Meglin. See which cars go up on the jack stands here.
Most of the people on pit road except for Colin.
Well, Colin pitted back on lap 18, took 4 tires, so 6 laps, roughly 5 laps on those tires, not even that, so.
Yeah.
Bob Light with the fuel only stop as predicted. Same with Lewis Meglin. Cody Graham with the 4 tires. Looking like Burrows is going to stay out. Kemper, he took fuel only back on lap 21. Probably when he spun out, actually.
Yeah.
So Bob Light, first car, no tires. Took fuel on only this time around. And we're going to shove Kemper to the back, considering he did kind of speed into the pit road. An unsafe entry. So this will put Carson Burrows into the lead.
Will. Colin Johnson there in second, Light up in third. Graham's going to be back in fifth with Meglin right there in fourth place spot.
My cat says this is an exciting race.
It is. Been exciting so far.
He says he hopes all the fans are enjoying it so far tonight.
I've enjoyed it. Good dirt racing, good Xfinity racing, all around.
Lights are shut off on the Tesla Ford Focus Pace car. Do you know what a Tesla Ford Focus is, Joe? I don't know. What is our start zone called here, Joe?
Mission 22.
That's right, Mission 22. That's what Carson Burrows is looking for.
Yes. The Olsen green flag here tonight. Burrows, Johnson up front. Foundation.
Halfway through, halfway home. He's going to be kissing the bricks on the front straightaway here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Indiana.
Is. Pace cars in. 22 restart. Lucy Olsen green flag. We're back racing. Burrows, Johnson out front.
See what Bob Light can do here. He's obviously going to have the advantage being on the inside of Colin Johnson. As long as Colin Johnson can hold him off on the high side, he does. Down in turn number 2, able to slide down in front. Burrows, he took Fioloni back on lap 16.
Yeah. And I don't see Light being quite as fast this time. We'll see what Graham can do with Light. Remember, those new tires came into play early on, but it took him a while to get up there, and this is a good indication of just how long it takes you to get around a guy.
Bob Light is gonna.
I understood the situation here. Out for the lead. Here comes Johnson.
Well, you got to remember, Bob Light hasn't had to deal with traffic either with similar tires. So definitely trying to figure out what he can do here. You see Johnson trying to go for the lead over Burrows. Down in turn number 2, that's going to allow for Cody Graham to close in the gap real big. Graham down the back straightaway. Is he going to go for the 3 wide action? We are going to go 3 wide down the back chute. Oh, my.
Yeah, we had a car going around back there, Bixler. He was able to hang on to it. Johnson's able to hang on to the lead along with, or Burrows hanging on the lead with Johnson there with him. Graham's trying everything he can to get around these guys. All 3 wide. Usually doesn't work too well at this place.
No, it don't. You see, Burrows, he is just trying all he can here to hold him off as long as possible. This is going to be short-lived as he's got 4 cars right here behind him with new tires on them.
Yeah. Keeps doing that bobbing and weaving. We talked about it. He ain't going to do them but just wear his tires out doing that. At some point, it's better to pick a lane and stay at it.
At this rate, you just got to try to hold him off. Keep him at bay. Make him work for it. There's still over 20 to get. He very well could, but then that might end up with a car up in the wall. We do not want to see them wreck each other. Oh, we might see the car in the wall anyways. Johnson, he pushes all the way up. That's going to allow for Doyle Lawrence now to get to the 3rd position.
Yeah, you can see right there, man, Graham's been held up by Burrows. He had to run coming off the turn. Here comes Lawrence. He's got newer tires also. And this is a perfect example of what we talked about. Remember when Light had the new tires? Most of the guys just got up out the way and let them go. But if it was a fight, just see how much it takes to get around a guy.
Absolutely. Here comes Graham on the outside of Burrows. That is one way to do it. Got the momentum built up right there, and that's going to be smooth sailing for Cody Graham. Now Burrows is going to have Doyle Lawrence, and Lawrence almost had to.
He's like, look, you don't block me too many times. You got slow tires. I got fast tires. Got to wait.
Oh, well, good effort out of Burrows here. He held him off as long as he could.
Yeah, you were fighting.
And still got to get Colin Johnson and Bob Light around Burrows, though. Burrows is holding on his own right now.
Remember though, Light and Johnson are probably about the same kind of tires that Burrows is. So there's not much difference between those three. As Johnson keeps knocking the wall down, he ain't gonna have a right side left.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep it out of that wall. You don't want to push up into it. What is, man? Burrows still hanging in top 3 right now. I'm sure Johnson would love nothing more but to get around him. Johnson goes up top in turn 3, trying to build up momentum in the short shoot. Maybe try to go for the cross check underneath of Burrows, but Burrows, with those older tires, is still able to hang on.
Shows you how hard it is to pass here.
Absolutely very hard. Oh, Johnson a little bit off the throttle there to not get in the back end of Burrows down and turn into the corner. That's something else. If you don't catch him mid straightaway, you almost are forced into the situation of just lifting so you don't get to the outside, and maybe you open up the door for the guy behind you to get around you as well.
Yeah. Bad thing with Burrows, though, sometimes he has to let off that throttle going in because those tires just won't hold. And it sends jump. Again, could end up messing up the front end there of Johnson's car.
Oh, Olsen up into Cranmer. Cranmer going around. He's going to go to the inside grass onto the access road. We may not see the caution here.
Now, back to one again here and see what happened. Here with Cranmer. We're bunched up. All just racing each other. Big cluster right there. Wilson just drove it in a little hard in the turn.
Yeah, you did.
Car on him. Burrows is probably going to finally get on the inside here and take this.
And Burrows finally about to have to relinquish the top 3 here to Colin Johnson. Johnson on the inside coming out of turn number 4. He's got it. He's going to drag Bob Light with him. Bob Light says, I'm just going to take it anyways, whether he lets me by or not. Oh, he's squeezing it right in front of him.
Yes. Got Cody Graham out front. Lawrence there in second. Johnson up in third. Light moves up to 4th place. Burrows moves up into the 5th. Zach Chapman hanging on to 6th. Olsen up to 7th. Tim Chapman in the 8th. John Krupa in 9th. And Daniel Blau, 10th place spot.
Zachary Chapman up to the back end of Burrows right now. And if it is around a 25 lap fuel run, you gotta wonder when does Carson Burrows come in. He's about maybe 10 laps or so away from needing to come in. Oh, almost gets hit from behind from Zachary Chapman as Bob Light gets around Colin Johnson.
Chapman right there in the 6th place spot. He's got Olsen on his inside.
You gotta wonder how bad did the tires wear off on the Johnston machine trying to get around Carson Burrows. Burrows is still able to hang in to the back end of Colin Johnston.
Put it back in lap 18. Burrows put it at 16. But did it, you know, put 4 tires as Burrows only didn't. Got fuel only. Again, go back to, you can see if you tear those tires up, track position. But meanwhile, out front, it's all Graham. Lawrence. It's been at third, and now you see you got Johnson in.
Johnson Burrows coming into the pit road, so what is this, like 34 minus 16 for Burrows? 18 laps. I feel I would put your race leader, Cody Graham, who came in on 23. He can push it all the way up there around 41.
I'm going to say they're going to be close.
They're all going to have to at least come in and, I mean, I calculated at least 25 laps of fuel, but if it's a little bit less, I mean, they got to come in between now and the end of the race. They can go 15 laps at the very minimum.
And two, you also got to make that move to where you have enough time to get back up front.
And Bob Light in. So Bob Light coming in on lap 35. It will take over to 36 at the line for him. I like it. I like this call for Bob Light here. Coming in early enough.
Oh, yeah. I'm still out front leading it. Interesting to see when some of those guys come in.
So we'll see where Carson Burrows and Colin Johnson end up in relative to Bob Light. And Chapman already heading out of the pit road, so Bob Light ought to be released here momentarily. He is released. Here comes Carson Burrows, Colin Johnson. They're going to pass Bob Light. So this, you know what? Johnson and Burrows, they might be pretty good because they are going to build up a gap to Bob Light at least. They're eventually going to pass Cody Graham too.
Well, you know, we talk about green flag pit stops. And a lot of times green flag pit stops, it extends out the lead that you already have. I think a caution is what's going to need to help those guys out.
Yeah, Graham is going to more than likely need a caution in order to help his situation out. As Johnson,
unless he only goes fuel only.
Yeah.
Remember, he put tires. And we just saw that. A lot of guys putting 4 tires and then going fuel. If he puts fuel only, right now he's got 48-second lead over Light. That lead will still be huge in and out of pit. I mean, he could probably do that.
Yeah, he very well could come in and take fuel and right side tires.
I would do it now, though, because the longer he waits, it's not going to benefit him.
I mean, it's just a sticky situation on that one. He's got to he'll stretch it at least to lap 40 if I had to make a good lucky guess, as Colin Johnson is able to get around Carson Burrows. So depends on the strategy of your top 6 who have not came in yet.
Chapman, man. Fall down there. Yeah, just Light right now, though, is chewing into that. I mean, he's still 46, 47 back, second-wise. Even with you're still looking at a 42-second total pit time. Even with just taking fuel only. So if he comes in and takes tires, there's no way he's catching back up. He's going to run out of time.
Yeah,
I think it has to be a fuel-only run.
You look at Colin Johnson with a 50.32. That's pretty perfect, and Carson with that 49.65 pit lap time.
And I looked down there at Daniel Vault, who just did like a fuel-only run.
Here comes Cody.
Did a fuel-only run, but the total time was 42 seconds. So it still would put, a 6-second, maybe 4-second gap between him if everything goes good. But I feel like the amount of laps left, only 11 laps left, he takes 4 tires here, he's going to be too far back to even gain. I mean, the caution would throw a wrench into it, but if it stays green the entire way, I think this has to be fuel only.
See what he does here. Perfect stop into the box.
Tires.
He's taking the right sides. And
I don't see the 4 tires paying off. I mean, maybe if he can get out here and get back in front, Olin Johnson's
gonna have to do a perfect
him.
access road exit here.
Happen.
And
Bob Lightning's going to catch him. Now, now I take this back a little bit. Let me take this back, because Lightning's not going to be, even if they catch him, they're not going to be far enough ahead of him that his tires, and actually they're right there on him, that his tires won't benefit him. So even though they might have caught him like they did, those 4 tires now will benefit him. I was thinking in the sense of he's going to fall way back behind, but yes, now right here it's a whole different ball game. He's got brand new tires. He's out front, so I flipped what I said. If it would have cost him a lot of time on pit road, or a lot of time on the track, then yeah. But I think right now, since he's in front of these guys, they're not catching him.
he's still got to catch up to Colin Johnston and pass him, but there is still a good bit of laps here to go. He could get there and make a move, but Colin ain't going to let it be easy. He knows he's got to make it.
Does Bixler come into pits? If I'm Bixler, can Bixler make it?
If he can go to the 27 lap, sure. Never mind. Bixler's coming in.
I think it's a matter of time. He's got it. Graham now has enough time. 9 laps is enough time to catch Johnson. Is the difference in tires, though, big enough for him to make it around? And how much does Johnson make that car wide? If he's doing that, he's not going to make it too wide. I don't want to give him that inside lane.
Okay, I think Graham cut Johnston a break there in turn 2. He easily could have snuck the nose underneath of him. It didn't elect to do it, so maybe playing a lot of mind tricks with old Colin Johnston right now. And hey, I know I can pass you real easy. It's just a matter of when do I want to make it.
But now you say it goes to number 75. Okay. Steven Bixler had to pit. Tried to stay as long as he could. I think right here, what you're seeing is Graham's just being patient. He understands, yes, he's got better tires. And you can see it right there. I mean, he was just able to drive that thing in there. Maybe caught Johnson off guard a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, going as late as he did there for Graham, and what really saved Graham is he was able to come out in front of both of Bob White and Carson Burrows.
Yeah, so, and when I was talking before, that's my thinking is those two guys was going to be able to pass him and get a little distance. And, the more I saw it there play out, okay, now, no. I mean, I was questioning the 4-tire stop, whether it was good or not. Obviously, it's a golden stop. It's probably the stop of the race. Put the 4 tires on and be able to stay out front, because now it's pretty much going to take a miracle for one of those guys to get up there and get him. And I don't think White has enough to get to Johnson. You see, he's got a little bit of nose damage, too.
Yeah, I mean, when he was when they caught up to Graham coming out of pit road, Bob White did push the back end of Carson Burrows in turn 3, so a bit of front and nose damage on that car, maybe affecting the aerodynamics. He's going to try to get up to Colin Johnson. I just don't believe any of them have enough tires to get up to Cody
Got
Graham.
enough time to do it. Get around at least maybe Johnson.
Yeah, he's got enough time to get to Johnson, but that might be about as far as he gets.
You're gonna need Graham to really make a mistake up front, especially with the new tires. Him having that big of a lead. The battle sitting right here for second. There. Going for it.
Yes, he is going to go on the inside of Colin Johnson down here in turn number 3, and Johnson just going to let him on by. Says you can have the spot.
Burrow's got enough to get up there to him.
Burrows maybe get up to Colin Johnson. At least he might not get back up to Bob Light, but you got to remember Johnson probably remembers Burrows holding him up there early on. It ain't going to be easy for Burrows to get around Johnson, especially for a podium finish, get that all-important interview here after this race.
Yeah. Solid run right now. Cody Graham out front. Bob Light there in second. You got Colin Johnson hanging on to the third place spot. Zachary Chapman up in fifth. All Cody Graham right now. I think it's his as long as he doesn't mess up thing up front. Making a pass on Olsen. Ooh,
Oh, did he?
I ain't did a little bit. Gonna do that one more time or two more. It's gonna at least give me one more spot.
Cody Graham just out by over 3.5 seconds over Bob Light. Unless there's a caution here in the next couple of laps, there's no light.
In the wall again.
Oh, no.
Chapman says, thank you. I'll take it.
Oh.
Got him. Right, Graham. Damn, he's got that lead. He's extended it. 3 to go here tonight. Indianapolis here for the Tim Chapman Xfinity Series here. Hometown heroes, Coast2Coast Racing.
Zachary Chapman, he's catching up to Colin Johnson here. He might take away the 4th spot. Got a lap car right here in front of him. There is going to be Kramer. He'll pull off to the side, let both Johnson and Zach Chapman by. Zachary Chapman trying to move up one more spot.
Zachary trying, he's up in 5th. Johnson's able to hold him off. Chapman's coming.
There he is on the inside, out of turn number 4. He'll get around nice and easily. Johnson maybe burn those tires off after coming in back on lap 34. You know, Chapman did come in on lap 37, so he does have 3 newer laps on those tires.
Yeah, he's just going to run out of time being able to catch old Burrows there for 3rd.
He might. Depends on how he gets a short shoot in. And that ain't going to help you push a little bit up towards the wall, but if he can catch up a good bit here in the next short shoot, he is going to have one more lap to get it done, to try to catch up.
Yeah. He's going to need a little bit, but now he's a little over a second behind right now. He lost a little time right there. Coming to the white flag. Cody Graham, that man right there. Down the back stretch, almost for the final time, or front stretch, excuse me. Takes the white flag. Official here. 4 more turns to get it done.
Carson just not going to have enough to catch up to Bob Light for the second spot. Unless Bob Light makes a mistake. Of course, Cody could always make a mistake as well.
Cody's man down on the back stretch. Going to hit 3 and 4 here. Final time here tonight. We're in victory lane.
Yes, he is. Cody Graham down the last short chute here. Going to go down in turn 4. Coming out of turn 4. He's going to see the line of bricks. He's going to be kissing them here any moment here, Joe.
He is. Going to win it. Cody Graham brings her across the line. Bob Light's going to bring her in second. Along with Carson Burrows going to bring her home there in the 3rd place spot. What a finish here tonight.
And Lewis Meglin off the last lap pass to 6 over Daniel Blau. You go have your hard charger up 10 spots.
Let's bring out Bob Light up here and let's get a word with him.
Hey, Bob, you got a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Man, I haven't seen you out here on the oval too often this season, but you definitely put a good impression out there, set the pole, and finished second. Talk us through that race.
Yeah, everything went pretty good. Cody kind of out-strategized me there on that first stop and got track position. I tried to short pit to get it back, and he came out in front of me on that last stop, so I knew I was in trouble.
Well, I mean, he got caught up there behind Cody Graham on the last pit stop cycle. Do you think if you could have gotten around him, would you have been able to hold him off?
Oh, I'm not sure. He had probably 3 or 4 lap less tires on his car, so he probably would have got me anyway. He drove a good race, and I know he's good with tires, so I don't know.
Well, either way, man, you pick up second place. You got anybody you'd like to thank here tonight, Bob?
Aspire Sim Racing and all my teammates and all our great sponsors, Slide Job Racing Network, RS1 Trackside, Marconi Setup Shop, Epsilon Sprint Wraps, and always I like to thank the league and you guys for doing the broadcast. You do a great job.
All right, there you have it, folks. Your second place driver, that's Bob Light.
They did, doing a good job too there, but bring up this man here, Cody Graham. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Cody, you got a copy on me?
I do.
Well, man, some strategy favors in your hand there. Just talk us through that race.
Yeah, that was a wild one. I learned a lot there at the start because I think I had a little more pace than Bob, but, being tucked behind him, it just melted those front tires, and I thought maybe, it was going to turn into a fuel mileage race with no yellows, so I backed it off, hoping to maybe save some fuel to stretch out some pit stops, and that didn't happen, which was good, though, because it ended up giving me that info, so the tires were falling off a cliff between 5 to 7 laps, so when all those guys pitted right at the fuel mark there at 35, I think it was, around there, or 32, something like that, for that fuel cutoff, I knew if I could stretch it out to 40, as long as they didn't get too big of a lead on me for that undercut, that I'd come out with the fresher tires, and hopefully it'd be enough to pull away and keep it out front, and it was.
Absolutely, your strategy worked out here. You picked up the race win at Indy. You're going to kiss the bricks. You got anybody to like to thank?
Yeah, my GKM teammates, John, because I was bouncing some strategy off of him, so he was giving me some good ideas too. Roger for the league, and you guys for the broadcast.
Yeah, folks, your race winner, Cody Graham.
Absolutely, man. Bringing it home tonight with this here, man. Carson Burrows hung on. Carson, Joy in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, he was able to hang on here tonight, home in the third place spot. I mean, how was the track and the tires for you?
Awful. Started the race off, not gonna lie, awful. Missed my pit stop, had to reverse it back and started right all the way back in the back. And then got walled there, so had to pit. Caution went my way, and other than that, I could say pure talent got me back to the front. So.
Up and down night and eventful there. So
yeah,
I mean,
is one
of these tracks that you kind of like?
What'd you say?
Is it one of these tracks you kind of like?
I mean, I like them. I like the bigger tracks definitely, but not the car. But getting walled there, so battling back. But other than that, it was fine. I like the track. Not bad.
Well, like you said, man, battle back, man, up and down night, able to get third here. You got anybody you want to thank for a good finish?
Just my family, boys at AV3, helping this thing go faster and getting to the front. So that would be about it. But, yeah.
Yo, Carson Burrows, man, bringing her home in third. Well, folks, what a night it was, man, here for the hometown heroes. Saw some good action tonight, Corey.
Yes, we did. Some good racing throughout the dirt series in Indianapolis with the strategy calls being played out.
Lou, for myself and everyone here at the Coast to Coast Racing League, have a good night.